All right, let's take a look at this. A simple harmonic oscillator with an amplitude of x naught. So the amplitude is 2.12, has a speed of 5.86 when it is at x is equal to negative 1.80. What is its acceleration at this point? Ooh. Okay. This is going to be, I think, a two-stepper. Okay, the acceleration is going to be the opposite of omega squared x. Okay. These are, by the way, equations in 9.1, so we're going to do that. And then I think to find omega, we've got to do this. Yeah, we're going to do this guy. V is plus or minus, right? Square root of. Okay, so I think this is our first step, and then this is our second step. Okay, so let's step away here. So first step is to find omega. Okay, so V is omega plus or minus, right? Square root of x naught squared plus, whoops, minus x squared, right? Okay, so that looks like, let's see, it's going 5.86 equals omega. I'm ignoring the plus or minus, right? Square root of, and then it's 2.12 minus 1.80 squared. Now, notice I'm not putting the negative in there. If you want to put that negative in there, obviously negative 1.80 squared is good. It really should be a positive number, except on a TI calculator, right? So if you must put that in there, then put that like that. Okay, technically, I'm just going to ignore the negative sign because I understand that part of mathematics. So my omega is just going to be this divided by that radical, right? Okay, so 5.86 divided by, whoops, I just did times, divided by the square root of 2.12 squared minus 1.8 squared. And I get that omega is 5.232 radians per second, right? All right, that's the first part. Okay, the second part is to find the acceleration, right? And I'm going to use this guy to do that. Okay, it looks hard, but it's not really that hard. Okay, so our acceleration is the opposite of, notice that the opposite is outside of this. This is not like negative omega squared, which of course would always be positive. And that minus sign would be pointless. It's the opposite of omega squared. Okay, and where this comes from is that the acceleration is opposite x. So for example, if here's our equilibrium, right? If my x is positive, here's positive x naught, right? If my x is positive, I'm going to be accelerating toward negatively. And if my x is negative x naught, this is 0, right? If my x is negative, my acceleration will be to the right. No matter which way I'm moving, right, my acceleration will always be toward that center. So this guy squared times 1.8, oh, negative 1.80. Okay, so because I'm to the left of 0, this should be a positive acceleration. And indeed it will be, right? A negative, we'll do that, right? So I'm going to go the opposite of parentheses, this guy, right parentheses, squared, times negative 1.8. And I get 49.27. All right. Now, why is that negative here? Are we sure we're right? I think we are. Let's see. If we are at a negative thing, then we'll have a positive acceleration. So that negative is incorrect. Okay? All right. Yeah, I'm going to stand by that.